So I am writing at the moment about my shopping addiction. So you know how they tell you to write in therapy? I used to think that I was too cool for all of these little tricks, but I was mistaken. Those things actually really help. So if you've never tried writing about your mental health and your mental health problems, you probably should try it. Maybe you're gonna be like me, surprised that it actually helps. Well, and as I'm writing about my own shopping addiction, I realized that there is a pattern, and this pattern is probably, I'm probably not the only person who follows a certain pattern. So, what I'm noticing mainly is that I have cravings, and those cravings usually are substituting the actual need with an invented need. So, and this is stemming from childhood. So, if you learn to protect yourself in a certain way as a child, this may develop into a defense mechanism that's not going to be helpful when you grow up. So, I substitute many of my needs with this fake, made up need that I manufacture for myself. So let me give you an example. Actually, by analyzing my cravings, I can understand what it is I actually want. So the example is going to be something very simple. So when the craving deal with appearance, if I notice that I crave for new cat ears, let's say, or new earrings, or anything that is kind of kitschy and attention grabbing, that usually means I lack attention in my life, or I perceive a lack in my surroundings. I may not feel heard. I may not feel like my contributions are appreciated enough. So this is when I will, in my subconscious mind, start substituting, like, oh, I'm not feeling fulfilled. Well, it must be because I need a new pair of cat ears. And that's just one little example. Another could be if I am craving certain scents, and let's say I want to buy new bath salts that smell fresh and springy and whatever. That usually means, to me at least, that I crave being outside and inhaling the fresh spring air. And I may be creating these images in my mind about, oh, how it's going to smell so fresh, but I can just go outside and smell the fresh air. Well, sometimes it's not going to be possible, to fulfill your need. And if you notice a pattern in yourself of your cravings substituting some actual need, I suggest you try and find the root of where this need may come from. So let me give you another example. I used to often switch up the way I looked, and I would get clothing that would feel a certain way. And I would want to present myself to the world in a certain manner, and I wanted to be perceived in a certain manner. And I think I touched upon this in some of my other videos. So this definitely stemmed from my insecurities. So I felt like I had to prove myself to the world. I felt like I had to define myself and be this kind of a person that I wanted to be. So I would project that perception of myself onto my appearance. And in the end, it turned out that I didn't have to find my style or define myself outwardly. All I had to do is get in touch with childhood trauma. And that is obviously a very simple endeavor. Obviously, I'm just joking here, but Looking out for patterns like this can really give you much insight. And if you have any kind of an addiction that is overtaking your life, you may want to try that. And obviously, do not take this as medical advice. I'm not a professional. I do not know enough about you to give you any personalized advice, so please don't ask. But I'm just giving you an example of what I'm doing for myself that seems to be helping. So let me know if you're also using any kind of pattern analysis to see what may be the root causes for some of the external problems.